It's hard out here. And you talking about, oh, I'm not a man if I'm going 50-50 with my woman.
Mm.
It's hard, brother.
Mm.
You sitting up here, your nice house, your nice jewelry, nice cars. Oh yeah, man, you gotta do 100%. How?
Mm.
How, brother?
Mm.
If I'm making $14 an hour, what you expect?
Brother, if you make $14 an hour, you're not in a position to provide. You're not in a position to where this woman can be pregnant and take time off of work and rest in her femininity and nurse this baby while you handle everything. You're not in a position for that. And you're talking about how? What do you mean how? You're a man. You need to figure it out. There's no blueprint for a man. There's no blueprint for how you're supposed to make money. You need to go out here and figure it out. Do the work, do the research, do the work. Find another, learn a new skill. Go back to school, do something. Get a side hustle, do something to be the man that you aren't at this time.
You know, you still on there. Oh yeah, man, 100%. You're not a man. You're not a man. How? I'm still working. I'm still providing, right? So what makes me not a man? Because I'm going 50-50 with my woman.
And brother, I applaud you because I understand that it is hard out here, but we are men, so we have to go harder. I'm not saying or trying to speak down to you, my brother, by any means necessary. I'm not. But I want you to be reminded of something that our fathers didn't teach us, that we must go hard and that we shouldn't get into a relationship with a woman until we have direction.
But who are you to say that?
Oh, this is going to be painful. Look, first of all, notice how the brother on the right, okay, he's in a very defensive state. This is probably the first time he's ever sat down with someone and heard this information. He was probably raised by his mom. And it's not an insult, but if he was raised by his mom, he never learned the skills of how to run a house. He's used to a woman running a house, paying all the bills, doing 100% of everything, 100% of cooking, cleaning, paying all the bills. He never saw his dad take leadership of the house. And then, yes, you do need to be in a position to give direction to your woman. If she can't take direction from you, she's not the one. And if you're not in a position to where you can give her direction, to where you can be her employer, then you're not really in a position to be a man. It's not an insult. That's just how the world works.
A person that cares, a person that loves you, a person that's been in your shoes and understands how it feels when we can't give our family what they truly deserve. We have to go hard. Now, give me one moment. I've been in your shoes. And when I was in your shoes, I stayed in my lane. I lived where I lived. My woman didn't work. She nurtured to the children till I got this. And I'm trying to give you the cheat code. Do what you need to do so you can feed your woman. And while she's nurturing the children, she can also nurture your dreams and your goals. Now you can be successful. Now you don't have to say, I'm working for $15. Now you can say, I got employees that I'm paying that's working for me for $15. I'm trying to elevate you. But men get so caught up in their emotions and their pride. And the first thing you want to do is feel attacked. Get the wisdom.
This is coming from a rich man.
But right now you're acting triggered. But right now you're
But this
acting
is coming
triggered.
from a
But
rich
how
man.
did I get here?
Yeah.
See, he's so defensive. He's getting in his emotions. See, this is what happens when you're raised by a single mom. When your mother coddles you your whole life, you're not used to being in a leadership position. You're used to crying and getting your way. This is coming from a rich man. Yes, he put in the work. He wasn't born into wealth. Most people that are wealthy were not born into it. Most people who get wealthy or even just make above average salary had to work hard to get it. But don't get me wrong. I know that in the United States, a lot of men, they don't want a woman to just sit at home and do nothing. But in other cultures, it's normal. It's normal for a woman to stay home and be a housewife, cook and clean, take care of the kids. You go to Saudi Arabia, women just got the right to drive like a few years ago.
A royal decree has been issued in Saudi Arabia giving women the right to drive.
But how do I give you? And I'm giving you the steps. This is, if you put down your ego, if you put down your pride, brother, am I saying anything wrong? I'm saying men should be men.
But you saying we not men. You saying we not men.
Brother.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I used to be this guy on the right. Most of my life, I was the guy on the right. I didn't understand what they meant by man. I just thought it was like, just because, you know, you're born a male, that makes you a man. When we say man, it means that you're masculine and you're a leader. And how can you be a leader if you're not doing administrative things? Like your boss, the person that signs your paycheck, they're an administrator. People look up to you. People depend on you. How can you be looked up to in the household if you're not paying all the bills? Or at least the vast majority. But I'm not saying that you have to pay all the bills. You can go 50-50. It's possible. But I'm saying that when you do pay all the bills, it does give you a little bit more say-so. Way more say-so than 50-50. But if a woman is cooking and cleaning and taking care of the kids and working a job, then, you know, it takes on more of this roommate type of vibe. It makes her feel less appreciated. It makes her think you're selfish. And it puts her more in her masculine energy. Me personally, I'm going to pay 100% of the bills because I want her to do 100% of the cooking and the cleaning. So I think it's a fair trade-off. But my situation is a little bit more different. I don't think the average American man is capable of paying all the bills and taking care of all the finances and having a stay-at-home wife. And even if he does have a stay-at-home wife, he doesn't want her to not have any money, because if she doesn't have any money, if she ever divorces him, then he's going to be paying her till the day she dies. So I can understand that in the United States it's different, but me as a global citizen, as an American citizen who lives globally, you know, it's different for me because I'm indulging in other cultures who operate a little differently. But I would say for the average American guy that makes $15 an hour or $100,000 a year, he still has to protect himself, and he probably doesn't want to have a situation where he's paying all the bills, because she could leave him and take half of everything. But if she's paying half, and if they're going half and then she leaves and takes half, well, shit, she just took the half that she put in.
Any man that makes an excuse can't be a man completely. You can be a male. A man comes with responsibilities, and it's hard. To be a man, it's hard, brother. It's not easy. That's why the respect you want from your woman that you don't get, I get from mine.
My woman respect me.
Hold on.
My woman respect me.
You think she respects you.
My woman respect me.
You think she respects you.
Brother.
You think she
brother.
See, that's another powerful statement, because as I said, I was the guy on the right, and what happens is we're so used to going 50-50, and we got this beautiful submissive woman, but in the back of her mind, she doesn't want to bring it up because she don't want to argue with you, and she don't want to put you down, and she don't want to make you feel like less of a man. But the reality is, she wishes you would do more. She may deal with it, but deep down, just because she doesn't say anything doesn't mean that she's not hurting. It doesn't mean that she doesn't feel appreciated. And women like that, the women that really got your back, they're not really worried about the money, but they do want more out of you. Okay, and it's not even about, you know, keeping tabs on things, but deep down, all women want that man, no matter how independent they say they are, no matter how happy they are. At the end of the day, most women do not want to sit up and be paying bills. Okay, and I get it. Oh, I ain't got time for no woman that ain't trying to contribute, and that's cool. You can get that. There are women out there like that, but you have to understand that there are women who don't want to pay bills, and you have to align yourself with women that, if you are a provider, you got to be with a woman that appreciates a provider. If you want a woman to go half, you know, and split bills, and you got to be willing to take on a couple duties yourself. You can't put all the cooking and cleaning on her. You got to understand, she has to submit to you at home and then go to work and submit to another man for a paycheck.
Has she ever raised her voice at you?
No.
Does she cook for you every night,
Of
brother?
course.
So she respects you, cooks for you every night. Does she clean the house?
Of course.
She cleans the house, and you got her working 16 hours a day. That sounds like slavery.
No, it's not.
Brother, you got her cooking every night.
I don't have her doing anything. She does it because she wants to. We in the trenches together.
The trenches together?
That's what we in.
Brother, do you know anything about emotional abuse?
Listen, any girl that you kick it with for a long period of time, she can get emotionally invested into you to the point where she will do this. And you can be broke. I'm sure a lot of guys who have been broke have had women love them. It's possible. You can get a decent woman to love you and be by your side when you're broke. But I guarantee you, deep down, she wishes you would get your shit together. They're not going to tell you this because they don't want to hurt your feelings. They don't want to demasculate you. They're trying to inspire you. They want to make your life easier. They're that invested into you. And I was blind to that when I was younger. What happens is it eventually will blow up in your face.
Explain it.
Emotional abuse is when you pour all your hurt and pain onto a woman, and just because you can't see her scars, you think it's okay. If I had a conversation with your woman, she'll probably start crying. They tired. They not built to go through what they're going through with you. She didn't choose you to struggle.
But again, who are you to say that?
Brother, a brother that loves you. And again, I'm trying to give you the cheat code. If you put yourself in a position, right, you work. If you have to get 2 jobs, you grind, allow your woman to do what she does in the home. If you have a business idea, you have her nurture that, hey, baby, it's going to be a little hard for the next 2 years. But if we move like this, we're going to be good. You keep saying, who am I to tell you this? A man that's been in your position. A man that has risen above your circumstances. And I'm coming back down to say, this is what you do. You're not a man until you move like this. Most males will die, never experience what it feels to be a man and to be complete respected by his women and children because he didn't step into that true king place.
Brother is speaking facts. He's spitting facts. And this guy on the right is so caught up in his emotions. He's been so coddled his whole life when he's finally hearing this stuff from an actual man. The father he didn't have. This is fatherly advice he never heard. He can't help but reject it. It just doesn't feel right. You're in your emotions. Get out of your emotions. Because see, if I got a woman that lives with me, she's my employee. Okay? I mean, I will empower her to make money. I will teach her some entrepreneurial skills. I'll teach her how to make some money doing different things, whether it's social media or selling stuff on Amazon, whatever. I'll teach her some high earning skills. But at the same time, I still want her to cooperate with me as an employee on an employee level. Yes, that says you want a woman to be a slave. No, I'm paying all the bills. So you can, if you want to work, that's up to you. But see, I only deal with women that are interested in that. I don't force my beliefs on anybody. If you ask most women don't want to go to work. Most women rather be at home with the kids, with a good man. Most women prefer that, but most people don't earn enough, and it's not really possible for most people. That's the only thing I would say against the guy on the left. It's because most people won't really get to that level. I'm not saying that we shouldn't inspire to it, but most people, not everybody can make $100,000. Now, is there a room for a lot of people to make it? Yeah, yes, the hell it is, especially if you're an American citizen. There's a lot of room for a lot of people to be making $100,000, but it will never be everybody. So I think most people make average money. If most people are making 50K, 50, 60K, if you take that 50, 60K for average people, her 50K plus your 50K or whatever, y'all can build something, but it's not for everybody. Now, there's high earners who can do that, who can have a stay-at-home wife.
Brother, it's hard. I understand. It's difficult.
But do you understand, though?
Brother,
do you understand?
Brother, if I didn't understand,
there's no way possible you could understand.
Oh, crazy.
No way.
Why do you think that, brother?
Look at you. You on the net flashy. Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. You're not a man if you're not going 100. Your woman don't love you because you're not paying 100% of your bills.
She can't.
Look, I know it stings right now because this is the first time you've ever had your manhood really challenged. Okay, you didn't grow up seeing your father take care of your mother. You didn't see that, and that's okay. But you have to understand the level of cooperation that most men want out of their women. We want the same cooperation that our grandmothers gave our grandfathers. And the only reason they got that much cooperation, it was because the woman was dependent 100% on the man for survival. Now that they can work, we still want to have relationships and families, but women are working, so they don't want to come home and cook and clean too. But the reality is most of them are single and they're doing it anyway. So they're paying 100% of the bills and they're cooking and cleaning. But deep down, they want if they're gonna cook and clean, they prefer the man to pay all the bills. And it's not about what the woman wants and stuff like that, but you have to understand when you are a man who doesn't want to cook and clean, you got to understand you need to pay the cost to be the boss.
Dang, who's to say that?
Brother, you will never know what it feels like to truly experience your woman until you're able to remove.
Are you with my woman?
Brother.
Are you with my woman, brother?
Brother.
This guy is in his feelings. It's hard to watch, man. I hate to see this, and I hate that this is even on the internet because he's gonna regret it one day. But you got to understand, he's not saying, you know, what it's like to be with your woman. He's talking about you may think your woman's happy, but she's really not that happy. If you were the man that she wanted you to be, if you were actually contributing 80, 90, 100% of the bills, she would be on cloud 9. Okay? She's just dealing with you because she believes in you because you are broke. And you've probably been putting meat in her for a while, and she's attached to you. But can you say that you want your daughter to get with a man that makes $14 an hour and you want her to run off and start a family with him? Or would you want her to be with the guy on the left? All things being equal, let's say they're both nice guys. Would you want her to choose the guy on the left or the guy on the right? Who would you want your daughter to marry? See, this is why a lot of cultures still have an arranged marriage. Because most women don't know how to pick. They pick the guy that they think is cute.
Brother, are you with my woman?
Brother, listen.
Exactly.
I almost called you a woman.
You
Forgive
got your woman, I got mine, brother.
Brother, right now, you're dealing in high emotions. You're not even allowing me to finish my sentence,
For
brother.
what? You finished your sentence.
Bro,
I'm getting secondhand embarrassment right now.
do you like Chinese food?
No,
Do you like chicken?
no,
So you don't like nothing.
no.
Brother, shut up.
This is embarrassing, man. He just saying no just for the sake of no. He sounds like a toddler. No.
Let me give you a gem, right? It's a gem, brother, please. And may you take this with a divine understanding heart, because I know how sometimes when we get triggered, we can't hear the love in a message because we feel triggered, we feel ashamed. But I'm saying this, if you truly love your woman, right? If you truly care for her, all I'm saying is go hard for her. And you going hard for her won't last. I know some brothers might be like, I live here, my rent's $1,400. I live here, my rent's $2,000. I live here, my rent's $5,000. I understand. But how would you be living if you didn't have that woman? All I'm saying is if she loves you and you love her, go hard for her. And then you say, baby, look, I'm going to go hard. You stay home. You nurture the children. You nurture the company. I'm going to focus on bringing in this money. So if you're playing your position and she's playing her position, you won't be struggling for too long. And I'm coming from a place of love, but most men have never been loved by a man.
What I'm hearing you say is overwork myself until I'm dead. I can't no longer enjoy this woman.
See, guy on the right, you don't know how crazy you sound right now. This is what happened. See, women that raise single mother households, these are the men that y'all produce. It takes a man to raise a man. It takes a child being raised with discipline and order, not coddling and kissing the boo-boos. See, when you kiss the boo-boos, the women kissing the boo-boos, you raise a soft man. A masculine man is gonna raise a little boy and like, look, get up. Or he may not say nothing at all.
That's what you're saying.
Is your family worth that?
That's what you're saying.
Is your family worth going to war for?
Of course.
So, brother, you taking on another job to provide for your family's every need.
But if I continue to work like that, I won't be able to enjoy my family.
Man, brother.
Your family gonna be homeless dealing with your ass. Your woman is already doing it. She's already going hard at her job, and she's coming home and going hard to take care of you and the kids while you play PlayStation and Xbox.
Your family wasn't created for your enjoyment. They were created for you to lead them and guide them to be in a better position than you. This is for your lineage, not just for your personal emotions right now. And sometimes as men, we feel neglected. Sometimes as men, we feel neglected.
You're a funny guy. You know why? You're a funny guy.
Oh, praise.
Because at the end of the day,
yes,
it's
sir.
a family. You know, we supposed to be together, laugh, smile, pray together.
Oh, praises.
Not me overwork myself till I have a heart attack.
But who's supposed to sacrifice?
What do you mean?
Who sacrifices for the family can strive, brother.
I'm already sacrificing.
What's that?
What do you mean?
8 hours?
Y'all hear this dude? I'm supposed to work myself, work more than 8 hours a day. Yes, that's what your woman is doing right now.
While your woman is sacrificing 8 hours, coming home, having sex with you, cleaning, cooking, taking care of the children.
I don't make my
Come on,
woman do
brother.
anything that she does, brother.
What you mean? You don't have to. It's in a woman to make sure that her man
And if
her
she said
children
she
are
didn't
good.
want to cook today, I'm gonna say, okay, that's fine.
Okay. Okay, brother.
So again, who are you to tell me I'm not a man because I'm not going 100%?
Look, I know this is a highly sensitive subject for a lot of people, because the guys that usually agree with the guy on the right, they're probably not in the financial situation to where they can provide 100%. I think that 50-50 for most people is really the way to go, to be honest, because most people ain't gonna make $100,000. Most men ain't gonna make that, and you really need to make at least 100,000 at minimal in a small town. Or, you know, okay, small town, you can make probably 50-60K today, like, you know, Little Rock, Arkansas, or Topeka, Kansas, some random ass town, right? But if you live anywhere near like a tri-city, you need to make more than 100,000. To be honest, it really depends on where you live and what the situation is. And throughout the relationship, things can change. It's going to be times where you might not be employed, even if you are paying 100%. Or sometimes y'all going 50-50, and then something happens to where she has to pay 100%. You know, things can happen in a relationship. That's the beauty of the relationship. Whoever's up can typically pay more. If you make 100,000 and she makes 40, I mean, it would make sense for you to pay 100%. But at the same time, you could pay, if you want, you could just do like 80 or 75. She could pay, you know, her own car. She can do her own hair. She can do all that stuff that she would already be asking a man for. It's like, okay, cool. You take your money, you spend it on whatever you want to spend it on. And you know, you just pay the light bill, the cable, the Netflix, maybe even pay, get the insurance, get the family's insurance on your at your job or whatever. If you get a better deal at work. There's so many variables. That's why I hate this type of argument, to be honest. But to truly be the leader of the household, if you demand leadership, if you want a roommate, go 50-50. If you want to have a submissive wife that cooks and cleans and does everything you ask, you gotta pay 100%.
What do you consider a man?
What do you mean?
What is a man to you?
A man that gets up, goes to work, a woman that gives his woman what he can, provides for his family what he can.
Okay.
Notice how the guy on the left is a great listener. He's calm, he's relaxed, he's not triggered. Even though the guy on the left could be triggered. Like, dude, he could really, like, dude, you weak, you broke, this and this and that. He can get triggered too. But he's calm, and he's actually making the other person feel heard and understood, even though he's triggered and extremely defensive. But yes, that you are a man, you know, it doesn't make you less of a man because you know, you're a garbage man or you're a pizza delivery guy. If anything, those guys get a lot of respect. I mean, maybe not in the dating market, maybe not in his household, but other men respect other men who work hard. I can tell you that. You are a man. But if you want to be the man of the house, just pay a little bit more than 50-50. That's all I'm saying. Just go a little bit more than 50-50. And I think that when you lift the burden off of her, if you think your woman's cooperative now, you're going to see another level. That's all I'm saying.
But that doesn't sound like a man. That sounds like a boy trapped in a man's body, because a man doesn't make excuses. We don't do what we
Where
can.
was
We
the
do what we
excuses
want.
at?
We don't do what we
Where were
can.
the
We do what we
excuses
want.
at, brother?
We do not, brother. We do not do what we can. We do what we want. What we are a reflection of God, brother. A man is a reflection of God.
Correct.
A man does for his family what he wants. A man puts in real work. A man wakes up just to serve God and his family, brother.
Let me ask you a question, brother.
And for you to die for your family, tired is a privilege.
Let me ask you a question, brother.
Yes, brother.
When you get paid
Oh, praises.
and you paying 100%, what do you do for yourself?
It ain't about you, man. It's about your family first. It's about making sure everybody is taken care of before you. What happens when the ship goes down? The captain makes sure everybody's off the boat first. See, you still got that little boy mind frame. You was never taught how to be a man, so you still think like you was living with your mom. When you were living with your mom, you know, you would get a little job at McDonald's or something like that. You would take your paycheck and you would go buy some Jordans or whatever the hell you wanted. You didn't pay your mom's mortgage. You didn't pay her rent. You didn't give her no money on groceries. But you don't think deep down your mama would have wished you had did that? It's a different situation when you are the leader of the house, when you're the man of the house. You have to provide and you have to sacrifice. Now I'm triggered. Because I remember being in a relationship where I was going half 50-50 with a girl. She cooked, she cleaned, she did everything for me. One day she exploded. You don't care about me. You're selfish. I didn't understand at the time, but like when I reflect on it, because I'm an emotional, available person. I can speak on, I may call out other people, but I can speak on what I did wrong too. And I think that makes me a better person. But, just because she's cooperative and submissive and doing everything you ask, it doesn't mean that she's happy. It doesn't mean that you can just set up and take your money and do whatever the hell you want, as long as I paid half the rent. I paid half the light bill. Get the hell out of my face. You got to have provision, man. You got to set your family up. You got to be worrying about life insurance policy. You need to be worrying about, the family savings fund. You got to be worried about stuff like that. Those are just the basics.
Brother.
What do you do for yourself, brother?
Brother, when you have a wife and you're taking care of this great woman, because you chose her.
Correct.
So you're only going to choose a great wife. You're not going to choose a evil wife unless you're an evil man.
Mm.
And when you're doing for this woman 100%, guess what this good, loving, nurturing woman going to do for you?
Mm.
She going to nurture you 100%. Now she's more softer, brother. Your food tastes better because it's filled with love. You're not looking at your woman tired. You're not looking at your woman crying because she's exhausted. You're seeing your woman smiling and having the patience, the divine understanding to play with and be with the children. She's not impatient, brother. So all I'm saying is I understand your frustration because I know it's hard out here for men. I understand it. But you gotta become more stronger and more harder than your circumstances. So if one job isn't taking care of your family, get another one. And if that one doesn't take care of your family, get another one. And then tell your wife, this is the plan, baby. I'm gonna go hard for 2 years, 3 years, but this is the plan. And if we execute this, if you nurture this correctly with the knowledge and information that I give you, we'll be successful when we get out of this situation. So again, brother, I'm just a man that loves you, and the majority of us men have never had fathers. And if we did have fathers, they weren't strong, brother. We've never seen our mothers love correctly. So we're repeating what we've seen. We've seen women go hard for so long. We believe it's in their nature to go hard. The queen should never be in the battlefield.
But you're still in no place.
Dude, he just gave you $1 million worth of gain. He just gave you life-changing advice for free. And you still cutting them off. You still defensive. How?
Is to say that a man is not a man because he's not paying 100%.
So what do you consider that, brother? Because a man is a provider.
Of course he is.
A provider 100%, brother. You can't do 50% of your job and tell me that you're a provider. You're trying to provide.
Look, I'm not trying to bash this guy on the right. This is a wake-up call for him. And he's not going to get it right now because he's in a defensive state. He's not ready to receive this information. But I guarantee you, it might be tomorrow, it might be next month, it might be next year. But he's eventually going to get it. And I promise you, no matter how hard your woman is going for you, no matter what, at the end of the day, she's not truly happy because you're not contributing more. You got to do more than 50-50, especially when your woman has a job, a full-time job, takes care of the kids, and she's cooking and cleaning. Do whatever works for your household. I know we all have, we kind of get caught up in these ideas of, a man's supposed to do this, a woman's supposed to do that. But at the end of the day, it does come down to what's best for your household.
So you're trying to be a
So what
man.
do you think about 70-30 since 50-50 is an issue?
Brother, do you need your woman to provide for you 30% of the time? Or are you that, excuse my language, are you that weak of a man that you can't provide for your family?
So once again, I'm not a man and I'm weak because I'm not paying 100%.
Brother.
It's hard out here, brother.
Brother, what man says it's hard?
The ones that know it is.
See, this is coddling language. This is a coddled man. Yes, it's hard. It's not supposed to be easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. You have no right to complain when you're an American-born citizen. Look at all these Hispanics and Africans and everybody that comes over from other countries, from poverty, third world nations. and they find a way to be successful. They come over, learn a new language. English is your first language. You have no excuse. You have all the opportunity in the world. People are dying to get over to America, man, so they can become successful, so they can provide for their families. This is why they say Americans are lazy, because compared to people from third world, second world countries, Americans are lazy. And that's just a fact.
The ones that, so what about the men that are taking care of their women? What separates you from this man?
They're just at that point already.
They're at that
So
point,
when I'm
right?
at that point, guess what? It's a different
Are
story.
you striving to take care of your woman for 100%?
Who's to say I'm not?
See, there you go. There you go again, getting defensive. Who says I'm not? Bro, just say yes or no. Obviously, you're not. You're just trying to win the argument because you're emotional and you're triggered.
I'm asking,
But
are
you can't say I'm not.
Praises.
You're there saying,
Are
oh
you-
yeah, man,
brother,
you gotta pay. I'm striving for it.
Are you striving
I'm striving for it.
So you're not the brothers I'm talking about.
But it seemed like you
I'm
just
talking
on
about-
every
bro,
brother.
Brother, I'm talking about the men.
You on every brother.
Man, all praises due to the Most High, man.
You know, you seen Minister Society, right? Don't nobody want to hear that bullshit, Sharif.
Hey, brother. You
know?
Sometimes, brother, we just got to give all praises due to the Most High and be mindful of some of the things that come out of our mouths. So if I offended you in any way, shape, or form, I apologize. But, brother, a man is one that can uplift his family as a whole, or is striving like yourself to do that. I'm talking about the men that are comfortable living off of women. And most men are triggered because they gotten comfortable allowing women to provide for them, brother. They're not looking for wives. They're looking for mother figures. And the sad part, our women are the ones that turn these men the way they are. But why do they do that? Because they've never had a strong man to lead and guide them into the right direction.
See, he's speaking 100% facts, and I want to end with this. You gotta understand, when women date guys on the right, and they waste their youth and their beauty on a project meaning like a fixer-upper, a guy that ain't really got it like that yet, but I'm gonna support him. I'm gonna stand by him. When a woman gets with a guy like this and it don't work out, those become the most scorned women that we complain about. Okay, the same women we say, oh, they saying they strong and independent, don't need no man. That's a lot of time that stuff comes. It comes from childhood too, but it also comes from being with a guy who plays them, or I don't even want to say play, but a guy that she gets with, that she submits to, she does everything for. She goes half on bills. She believes in him. You know, he gets down on his money. She'll throw him some money. She'll do all sorts of things. And then she gets cheated on. Or let's just say he don't cheat. Let's just say y'all break up and she wasted her youth. And she has a kid by you. And it's hard for her to get out here in the dating scene. She's like, well, damn, I could have just got with a dude, the guy that's on the left. That's who I should have been with. That's where a lot of the women's delusion comes from. And it also comes from not having a father in the home. It's just a continual cycle. You got to understand. We have a continual cycle, especially in the black community, but it's any community, but it's a continuous cycle. Because when women grow up without fathers, they become masculine. They don't believe in submitting and cooperating with a man because they never experienced it. They never knew what it was like to be loved by a man properly. So they don't even know how to pick a man. And then a man grows up with a female that leads the household, and all he knows how to do is mooch off of her. He becomes that guy that, oh, baby, let me borrow your car. You know what I'm saying? Oh, baby, I ain't got it. You know? Baby, well, I'm going to need you to give me 50 cents on this rent. Look, if 50% works in your household, that's cool. But I'm just saying, I have to point out that women that submit to guys like the guy on the right, and they cook and clean and do everything for this guy and slave at a job all day and then come home and do everything in the house besides probably building and repairing things. They feel so used, and like that woman ends up needing therapy after that. You know, and most of them don't get therapy, so they become these toxic women that we complain about the most about. You know, that's why every girl you see nowadays, oh, he got to make at least 6 figures. Yeah, because a lot of them have been with the guy on the right, and it didn't work out. And they like, oh well, shit, I don't want to do that again. You know, so that's where a lot of the delusion comes from. But then you got, you know, the men who don't know how to lead. We got to stop depending on women. You know, now, do I know situations where, you know, guys are going, you know, I know guys with, who I got guys in my family who make, you know, are millionaires, you know, and they live humbly and they still, you know, they got a woman with some money. The woman makes money, not as much as him, but she, you know, she makes good money, but they go half on bills. Like they go half, you know, on their mortgage, you know. So it's really what works for your household. You know what I'm saying? And his woman still cooks and cleans, and you know, I mean, they share the child, you know, the child care as far as like daycare and private school. You know, they go half on that. They pretty, you know, it comes to like taking care of the kid, picking them up, dropping them off, doing stuff like that. You know, they split all of that. But that's just their household. So I don't want to make this video to be about, you know, anti the guy on the right or anti the guy on the left or praising the guy on the left or praising anybody. It's all about what works for your household. But I can tell you that most women do not want to be paying 50-50. I can tell you that from experience. If you can find a woman that wants to go 50-50 and she's cool and she's going to submit and she's going to do everything that you want her, that you ask of her or that you want from her, that you want out of a woman, then by all means, you know, if you can find that, hold on to that. Okay? So, you know, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I mean, are you in relationships? Have you been in relationships with women that, you know, are going half on bills? Are you a provider male? Do you pay 100% of the bills? Do you expect her to cook and clean for you? You know, women, are you, and the same thing for the females that are watching this channel, I want to know, are you with a guy that pays 50% or 100%? And how does that affect you in a relationship? I'll talk to you guys later.